As art teachers, besides teaching art making techniques and activities, you and your learners will also spend time looking at art. We believe that looking is just as important and as exciting as making. You will discover how to talk with your learners about artworks, and even more importantly, how to listen to them talk about artworks. Why do this? One of the reasons is learning to see. We think we see, but actually, we often haven't learned to really look. We learn to look deeply into a picture. We learn that we can read an image as we read a language. Another reason is to develop language and vocabulary for talking about art and how you feel about the artworks. And a third reason is to become aware of the views of others, taking these views on board, thinking about them, and debating them. It involves shared experiences, different perspectives, communication, sharing, and listening. We are going to go through a journey together, learning to look at one image as an example. There might be different readings of this image, which is fine. We have chosen one artwork to look at for this journey. It is in Book 2, Faces, page 17. Here the group are being asked to respond to this artwork. They have not seen it before. They will be taken through a series of steps or a journey of looking, going deeper and deeper into the artwork. Without reading any of the text, words on these pages, first just look at the artwork. Take your time. Look with attention. What is happening in this artwork? What is it about? Respond freely to the work. How does it make you feel? Note that we should ask questions that are not leading. We ask open-ended questions that are not suggesting an answer. For example, not does she look sad, but what is she feeling? What is open-ended questioning? When allowing young people to give a personal response to an artwork, there are very few answers or comments that are absolutely right or wrong. Try not to predispose yourself as teacher to just one predicted answer. But sometimes you might need to gently return the focus to the image. The answer must be in the image. How does the picture or sculpture itself tell you that? What in this picture makes you think so? Now we ask how and why we feel these feelings. How does the artist achieve this? You have mentioned many things. The dark red tone of the dress, the cold light color of the background, the textures, the rough paint, the gestural marks on the dress. Perhaps also the body language, the girl's straight and tight little mouth and her rigid upright body, and much more. Notice that we find ourselves talking about the colors, lines, tones, and textures that make up this artwork. As we know, these are called the elements of art. This is important because we see now that there are languages with which the artist creates meaning. The elements of art are important because they mean something. They convey the artist's intention. Just as words in a sentence carry meaning, they are not just groups of letters on a page. Now we need to find out more. Not just our own responses, but finding out what the facts are. Can we find anything about the artist and when he or she was working? You have noticed that there is a date and a signature on the painting in this case. Yes, the artist is Irma Stern, who painted this in 1916. What might we already know about that period in history? What other immediate factual information can you find out about the work here in this book? The name of the artist, her date of birth, the title of the work, the date of the work, the size, the medium, material it was made from. Yes, this is all in the caption. Every artwork in an art book like this should have a caption, printed close by, below, above, or even on the opposite page. If you were in an art museum, where would you usually find this information? Where else might you find information about the artist or the work? What does the text on these very pages say about the work? This page happens to have the artist's own words speaking about this very painting.
I shuddered and awoke to my own generation. These were the war years in Germany. I knew what I had to express, the suffering and agony that a war means to all life. Soon afterwards, I painted my eternal child, a little girl with large mistrusting eyes, with an embittered tight mouth, sitting on a chair, her plaits hanging straight off her naked forehead, her undefined hands clinging to a few field flowers, so as to assure that some beauty was always left.
Does this change or add to your own responses and feelings about the work at the beginning? What do you think about the work now, after engaging with it? Looking at it, reading about it, hearing and talking with others about it, thinking about the questions concerning it. We have chosen one artwork to look at as an example. It was a relatively simple work, yet it gave us so much to look for, think about, discuss, and understand. It was a journey that took us from our own free responses to a deeper and deeper level of understanding. But this very same journey can be applied to any artwork, a more difficult work, or even an abstract painting. Try it.